It's expensive, it's loud, it gets beat by every other job. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's N31LE here, and I'm giving you 5 things I wish I knew before purchasing the 2023 BMW S1000RR.
Get out the way, you got a watch, you got the time, I'm racing the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want bigger rocks. I got plans, I got talk. That is real cheap, but it's really go close. I'm trying to get these ends.
So if you stumbled across my channel, you're looking at buying a 2023 BMW S1000RR. But how do you know what you really want? The answer is, at this point in time, you really don't. That's why I'm explaining it to you. So, you showed up to your favorite BMW dealership. You said, hey Ricky, I want to buy a 2023 BMW S1000RR. What Ricky's going to tell you is, we either don't have any in stock, or the ones that are in stock are already owned by someone else. They've got a down payment on them, and you cannot test ride them whatsoever. We don't have a test bike. The only thing you're going to have to do is go on your list of options, customize a bike that you want, put a $1,000 down payment, and hopefully you like it. So let's go over the 3 packages that this bike comes in. There's the base, the Passion Red, and the M package. The base model is just like it says. It's the base model of the bike. It doesn't include any extras, so you won't get heated grips, you won't get cruise control, you won't get TPMS sensors, you won't get the M Endurance chain, the M seat, so on and so forth. You'll just get the basic version of the bike. The Passion Red is just the base model of the bike again, just in a red color. Now, the base model and the Passion Red can be customized to be kind of like the M package, but not necessarily a full M package. What I mean by that is you can get something called the premium package for those 2 bikes, and they add on things like cruise control, TPMS sensors, heated grips, M Endurance chain. You can also add in forged wheels or carbon wheels, things of that nature. So if you don't want to buy the M package, you can get the base model or the Passion Red and then add the different options that you want to customize your bike how you want it. Now, the M package only comes in white. So if you ever see a white S1000 that looks like this, it is an M package. It's the only one that's in white. So with the M package, you get all those items I just listed as free options or base model options. So you get TPMS sensors, you get heated grips, you get cruise control, you get the M Endurance chain, the M seat, the M lightweight battery, things like that. With the base model and the Passion Red, you essentially don't have those creature comforts. With the M package, it essentially makes all those base model options like a more streetable bike straight from the factory floor. The base model and the Passion Red essentially are just a stock bike. It's strictly for like a race track only type of deal. It's not very comfortable, doesn't have any of the heated grips, dynamic suspension control and things of that nature to make you more comfortable riding on the street. It's strictly a track oriented bike straight from the factory floor. So next thing that we're going to talk about is price. So this is a 2023 S1000 M package. So this is the highest package there is with a few different extra options. So like I said, it comes with cruise control, heated grips. I've added on the TPMS sensors and the M Endurance chain. Obviously my exhaust is gone, so that used to have the Akrapovic Sport silencer, not the full titanium, and a few other extras from the factory. So this bike, with all the options that I added, costed $25,500. Now, that includes the tax, so that full amount is $25,500. Now, whatever your options are, you're gonna have to include the base model of the bike plus the options and of course your state tax. So being that my tax is in Florida, it's 7%. So whatever it was, the base amount plus the 7% tax came up to $25,500. Now, if you're looking to buy one of these, you're either gonna have to pay the full amount, obviously, or if you're taking a loan out, your monthly payment is gonna be somewhere between $440 to $540. That depends on your bank, your credit score, and a lot of other things that you have control over. Next thing, your insurance. What does this thing cost for insurance? Now, this is gonna vary between age, demographics, city. I'm 27 years old, Florida. This bike cost me $1,500 every year, okay? So what that equates to per month is $130 a month. I don't do per monthly payments. I just pay it in full every year, $1,550 every year. So if anything happens to this bike, it's fully covered. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to ever see it again. They take it, they do what they want with it. They give me how much money they feel like giving me, and I can go buy another bike, or I can do whatever I want with it. The third thing I wish I knew, break-in on these motorcycles sucks. Your break-in lasts from whatever your mileage starts at to 600 miles, or whenever you get anything past 600 miles. Okay, that's when it'll tell you that you need to take it into the shop to have it looked at, get it flashed, things of that nature. So from whatever miles you start at to 600 miles, you're going to be limited to 9,000 RPM in every gear. Not only that, there is a dead spot from 4,000 to 8,000. You'll be riding the bike, you'll floor it, or you'll want to floor it. Not only does it only limit you to 9,000 RPM, you cannot go higher than that. You can sit there and open it up all the way as much as you want. It will redline at 9,000 RPM. You cannot go past that. Starting from 4,000 to 8,000 RPM, you'll give it full throttle. Once it gets to 4,000 RPM, it'll close the throttle to about 30%. So if you open it to 100%, you're commanding 30% at all times. So 4,000 to 8,000, that's what you'll have to deal with. So you're riding a 999cc bike, an S1000, you're riding an S1000RR, $25,000 bike, and you're losing to 600cc bikes. So that's what you'll have to deal with for break-in. But fear not. Once you take it to the dealership, they do everything they need to do. They take the restriction off the bike. You'll still have to deal with a dead spot. But for 600 miles, you'll have to deal with those issues. And that's just with the OEM tuning. There's nothing you can do about it. That's BMW's restriction on the S1000s. Number 4, once you finally get this bike broken in, everything's off, it's fully unrestricted, you still have the dead spot issue. So from 4,000 to 8,000, if you do not get it flashed by Bren Tuning, SLR, Carita, hey, you. Yeah, you. If you could, like this video for the algorithm. Whatever tuning people that you like to deal with, if you don't get it tuned, you'll have to deal with the BMW's OEM tuning. So again, the dead spot, 4,000 to 8,000. You command full throttle, you're getting 30 the entire time. Up until 8,000, that's when it gives you a little bit more, and then it drops off at the top, and I'll include a graph here in a second. But from 4,000 RPMs to 8,000 RPMs, it's essentially like you'll give it full throttle, and from 4,000 to 5, you'll get nothing. 6,000, you'll get a little bit of something, and then 7 to 8. If you've ever driven a turbo car, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you finally get your boost in. It's nothing, 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 and then all of a sudden you get everything right away. It's horrible. It's very noticeable, and it's very bad. I'll also include like a video here as well for me losing a race to a 1,000cc bike.
Good. Oh my God, here we go. And now the car came in. Car came in. I'm chasing. Oh, he went off.
Yeah, it's not good. So get your BT Moto tuning, get SLR, Carita, whoever you want. Just get that BMW tuning off the bike ASAP. So once you do that, you'll run into issues with max performance. And what I mean by that is it doesn't break the bike, it doesn't harm the bike in any way, but this bike is 95% of an M1000RR. So you're getting 200 horsepower out of the box. Now, stock wheelbase, that can be an issue. I didn't think it was that much of an issue until I got the Stage 3 tuning from BT Moto, the E85. And like I said, great job. I have no issues with BT Moto, but for stock wheelbase, E85 and Stage 2 is a little bit too much for stock wheelbase. Why I say that is because this thing loves to wheelie. It is a wheelie monster. So you'll give it full throttle, you're getting 12 o'clock. And you're getting 12 o'clock in a hurry. Now, I'm not a stranger to speed. I'm not a stranger to wheelies. Scared of either one of those things. But to ask for full throttle and get full throttle accompanied with a 12 o'clock wheelie, my CBR 1000 didn't do that. I had to clutch it up in second gear. So if you're coming from a 600 to a S1000, or you're coming from a Honda CBR 1000, a Gixxer 1000, maybe a ZX10. A ZX10 will have power comparable to this. But if you're coming from any of those lower tier sports bikes to one of these, to a BT Moto Stage 2 or Stage 3 version of one of these, if you're gonna race, if you're gonna roll race, you're gonna need to stretch the bike. That's hands down probably the best thing you're gonna wanna do. Stretch the bike, put a strap on it. That's how you're gonna get the max performance, the max launch with a BT Moto Stage 2 or a Stage 3. Other than that, I don't know what else can help the bike other than strictly putting it in wheelie mode, restricted wheelie mode. So, and the last thing I wish I knew before getting this bike is all the supply chain issues that BMW currently has with different parts. So we all know that there's a huge aftermarket world for the S1000RR and basically every other bike out there. Being that this is a new bike, all of the issues that plague the S1000 aren't really known yet. There are a few bikes that are 20,000, 30,000 miles that are 2023s, and you're going to see that in the forums and as time goes on. But a lot of the issues that are going to come from this bike aren't known yet. So there's one current issue that's plaguing the 19s through the 22s and some of the 23s. I have to ride this bike to see if I am under one of those issues. So it's an issue with the water pump. So if you have one of these already, and you look under by the exhaust, there's a weep hole that essentially drains extra coolant and maybe some oil, I'm not sure. But once your coolant pump goes bad or something like that, it'll start dripping coolant or leaking coolant really bad. And I'm starting to see some remnants of like dried coolant under my oil pan. So I'm kind of, and a lot of people were saying, it's fine, it's a free warranty issue, it is a warranty item, so I'm not going to have any issues with repairing it, but just the 6-month, 7-month, year wait to get the part in from Germany, that's what's killing everybody right now, is the supply chain issues with the OEM parts from these bikes. So, like I said, as time goes on, we're going to find more issues about the 2023s, the 24s, the 19s through the 21s, 22s, things like that. But as of right now, not every issue is known about the 23. And yes, the 23 is a different bike than the 22 down to the 19, strictly from the head that's on this bike. So the head that's on this bike is akin to the M1000, not the S1000. The previous generations have a different head. Now, that might not seem like much, but when you start mixing, matching bottom ends and top ends and things like that, you start getting a little bit different combinations, a little bit more wear on some different items, especially new bikes. So there's not a lot of issues that we know. Hopefully we don't find a lot of them, but like I said, hopefully BMW warranties, different things like that. And then another thing you got to worry about is the flashing. So BMW might have an issue with the flash. BMW might have an issue with your exhaust and things like that. You never know what they're going to void your warranty on. So take note of all of that stuff. Like I said, it's like owning a brand new car, the first model year of a car. You're going to have issues. Just what are those issues going to be? So that's all I got. That's the top 5 things I wish I knew before buying the 2023 BMW S1000RR. Now, I'm not going to say I wish I bought another bike. I don't. Love this bike to death. Looks amazing. You pull up to a car meet, a bike meet, everybody's breaking their heads to look because they see S1000, but they see the wings, and it doesn't look like the old generation, so they know that something's up with your bike. They know that it's not normal. So they see the 23 and they're asking you, oh, like what year is that? You tell them it's a 23 and everybody's taking pictures, you know. So it's I don't regret the bike at all in any way. It's a great bike. It's got a lot of power, and you know, whenever you're out there trying to race and things like that, everybody wants to race. Everybody wants to race you. Everybody wants to race you because it's a new bike. You know, nobody's seen the 2023s in actions yet. They've seen the 22 down to the 19. They want a piece of the 23. So, like I said, if you're gonna take advantage of roll racing, strut your bike, strap it, slap a BT Moto Stage 3 on there, you'll be untouchable. If you like today's video, hit the like button. Also, subscribe to this channel. That way, whenever I drop any new content, you'll be the first to know. If you have any comments, drop them down below. Remember, I'm here for you guys. So anything you want to see, let me know and I'll make the video for you. Thanks for tuning in.